Good evening, welcome back to In the Khud, the daily dispatch. That's what we call it. This is 14th April 2023, 7 pm, just a minute short of 7 pm. And obviously, I'm late. So, I'm gonna start off from the top. Woke up at 3 today. I usually have a 3 o'clock alarm, but I tend to snooze that up until I was doing that for the last 1 week to 3:30 and 4. But today I just pushed through. I was like, man, 1 hour extra is gonna make life so much easier and so much nicer. So I did that. So naturally it was a very nice Amritwala part session, like really enjoyed it. Then before sleeping, a massive superpower, Anulom Vilom, thanks to an IIT lecture by Pravarajika Divyananda Pranaji, I'm reacquainted with the practice of Anulom Vilom. So you take your index finger and middle finger and bring it to the base of the thumb. Keep these like this. This is called which mudra? I'm not sure. This is called Samudra. And then you come here, you inhale from your left nostril, shut it, exhale from the right nostril, inhale from the right, shut, exhale from the left. That is one cycle, and doing 7 times this way just calms the mind down tremendously. It's super powerful. So need to make a conscious effort to repeat the cycle as many times as possible through the day. Trying to be more mindful. When I'm looking at the screen, I have to keep G2 on. The rotate instances pinpoint needed 5 meter in the Y, and we have perfect twisting. So this video is, from my end it is done. The big thing I did in the morning is I rendered out the video with a transparent background. Okay, so I rendered the video out with a transparent background, and you see this twist I was feeling was kind of wonky because the pivot point did not have a thing in the Y direction. Is it a little too fast? Yeah, okay. VLC is playing it too. Okay, this comes in. After this, they've just given feedback on changing the color of the building, and it will be a little darker. I've been working on that just now, and yeah, things feel like we're done with this video. I don't quite know. If there's more feedback, you never know really. A new style of tutorials. The core content is figuring out the video. It is a rather abstract concept where we try to articulate the process of figuring out how a video would be made inside After Effects or Blender into words. Now this acts like a narrative for our protagonist. When I get stuck in the mind trying to, let's say, make an effect, I search online and stuff. Those are the challenges our protagonist faces in the storyline. This method will require a lot of work and effort upfront, where we need to recreate a 3D set for the various panels inside Blender or After Effects. Also need to figure how these varied elements will come together to create a connection. The major reason of doing this is even though the main content is very niche like tutorials and only select individuals would want to watch it, the video should have a much larger appeal base, as in someone who is not at all interested in learning the software and tutorials should also find delight in sitting and watching a 3D animation. So this is something where I'm going to take 2 genres and mix them together and make something completely unique. So the genres is documentary. I really love documentary style videos, and obviously tutorials. But I don't want to do this kind of thing where, on the screen I'm teaching something and then I'm talking, and even though there is a multicam here, edit, and it feels like nice, but I want to go one step further and build like a story around every single video that I make. So imagine there is this protagonist who's in the wild, okay, and that wild desert or wild forest is medieval, abandoned forest is Blender for some reason, I don't know. And on one corner is your geometry nodes system, and you have to go there and you have to use your utilities and math nodes to do things, and it's like an adventure of sorts. And at the end of the day, we're trying to make something inside Blender, but it's like an entire story around that. So yeah, I have installed Unreal Engine. I didn't have it in the new system. I used to have it earlier, but I've installed again because this meta-humans thing, I just watched a random YouTube video and seemed to be very, very promising. So if I can get access to like hyper-realistic looking characters from their library, and maybe if they have a policy that we can use them, or make my own character and put it. I'm making my own character is a big thras, man. I don't quite know how to do that. We'll figure it. And even for Unreal Engine, the landscape situation is amazing. You can make epic landscapes inside Unreal Engine, which will look very, very realistic. So that's something I'm trying to go for now that we have an RTX that supports all this stuff as well. So we'll keep you updated on that. Anyway, that's it for today's documentation. Thanks so much for being in the Khud. I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.